Welcome along everybody to another edition of Wrestling Showdown Rewind here on the W3L network. Thank you as always for joining me here this week. Thanks for hitting that subscribe button and thanks for involving yourself with the W3L network and all the amazing programmes we bring you. Of course, last Wednesday we brought you the last DVD Highlights Fans Choice programme. The episodes are all playlisted here on the network if you missed any of them or if you just want to relive them, as we went in depth into some of the amazing titles that you can watch over on the W3L box office. Just head to w3lboxoffice.com for more details on that. And of course, we brought you a match from some of those events as well, so check out the DVD Highlights Fans Choice. This past Friday brought you another episode Mixing with Mike, as the W3L Heavyweight Champion Mike Musso whipped up another crazy cocktail concoction for you, courtesy of our good friends at Crafty Connoisseur. They again are all playlisted as well, and of course just last night we brought you our tribute to Tracy Smothers, who of course passed away not all that long ago. We brought you his matches that he had here in W3L. Hope you've watched it and enjoyed it as well. So thank you for watching all these programmes, and again thanks for being part of this as we wait patiently to be able to bring you live wrestling events, hopefully sooner rather than later, but you never know. These are the dates that we currently have scheduled. They're the ones that we had planned earlier in the year, and we obviously have had to reschedule these a couple of times since. All the registered tickets are still valid. We'll keep you updated as and when we can have these events take place. They may be subject to further change again, but currently this is our schedule. And of course when we come back, the aforementioned Crafty Connoisseur will be sponsoring all of our live events. They supply all the cocktails, or certainly the ingredients for them, that Mike Musso uses on Mixing with Mike. Check out their web store, it's always active. They'll send stuff straight to your door, so check out all their social media platforms and make a purchase from them. Tell them that we said hello, and of course if you're going to make a purchase, pick up a fan support package. Prices begin at only a £5. There's something for every budget, and you get DVDs, cheap ringside tickets, signed posters, an exclusive video message from a W3L store of your choice, and you help keep W3L going until we can bring you live wrestling again. We've also got a range of t-shirts and DVDs available on our website. More on them a little later on. This week's match, however, is going to be really a case of size versus experience. You'll be familiar with Zak Zodiac. He's the masked high-flying member of the Knight Dynasty. It's the first time I've seen him here on Wrestling Showdown Rewind. He has got a tall task ahead of him, I mean that both figuratively and literally, as he has to take on the 7-foot-tall monster, the Prince of Pain. Now, we saw the Prince make an unexpected appearance last week right here in Wrestling Showdown Rewind, but he is in an official match this week against Zak Zodiac. Can the masked man overcome this monster? Let's find out by getting down to ringside. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Joe Fordyce here with you on Wrestling Showdown Rewind. We're going back to September of 2008 for this match between two people we've not seen a lot of here on Wrestling Showdown Rewind. The man in the red tights and the mask, that is Zak Zodiac, member of the famous Knight Dynasty of course. And the man he's facing, or should I say the monster that he's facing, is the Prince of Pain, the current W3L Heavyweight Champion. Now, we saw him last week on Wrestling Showdown Rewind. He attacked Ewan G. Mackey after his match. That was from a contest 4 months before this one. And so the Prince had been on a tear throughout W3L. He had been destroying bodies left, right and centre. And he had claimed the Heavyweight Championship. He won it in, of all things, a 20-man rumble the month before. So look at this, he throws down Zodiac with absolute ease. So he went through 19 other participants. The title had been vacated, and the Prince claimed it for himself. Now, 2 nights before this particular contest, the Prince is... Oh, Zodiac tried to take the leg. The Prince had that backstage altercation with none other than Mike Musso, and dislocated Musso's elbow. So that shows you how dangerous and violent the Prince is. And Zodiac, he bounced off. It was like throwing a ball at a brick wall there.
I mentioned Zak Zodiac, member of the Knight Dynasty, started wrestling at 10 years old. I believe he's only about 17 at this stage as the Prince just stomps all over him. Of course, he's had a long career working for the World Association of Wrestling down in Norwich, wrestled all over the world as well. I'm sure you're one of the members of his family. And he's done fairly well for himself when he trains wrestlers. Recently had a series on the BBC showing him training people. So he's doing fairly well for himself, but not doing so well in this particular contest from September 2008 as he athletically vaults to the ropes and hits the Prince of Pain. And look at this, rolls over to Zak Zodiac, having to use his speed, and rightly too. How did he manage to leapfrog the Prince? Oh, and he doesn't go down. And the Prince, he's a monster, as I've said. He's a freak of nature. What you might not know is that the Prince was a fairly average person. He was of average size. There's nothing really special about him, and he badly wanted to be a pro wrestler as he drops to one knee, but he didn't have the physical capabilities. Now you see at the side of the ring the menacing Nurse of Pain covered in that blood. That is the Prince of Pain's blood, and he overbalanced. That's what Zak Zodiac had to do. The Prince tried to throw him away, but the turnbuckle caught him, and the Prince, God, he can lie in the ring and touch the ropes from anywhere, I think. So the Nurse encountered this man and said to him, look, if you want to be a wrestler, I can make it happen. And he agreed to whatever terms and conditions she offered as a dropkick takes him down. You can see Zak Zodiac's found a chink in the arsenal. He's so tall, he's got a high centre of gravity, maybe a bit easier to knock to the floor. As Zak Zodiac spills out to the hard wooden floor. So the Nurse fed the Prince of Pain with growth hormone, with steroids, with goodness knows what chemicals. There's rumours that she has replaced some of his internal organs with those of animals to make them bigger and more powerful, to be able to pump the amount of blood necessary through his body to keep this man going. And I am told that she has somehow genetically engineered him. She has lowered his compassion. She has increased his tolerance for pain. She has increased his anger. He has, apparently his levels of sadism have increased as well. She has turned him into a freak of nature, an actual monster of a person. There is nobody genetically like this man, like this beast in the world, and he made a slight mistake. He's inexperienced in pro wrestling, it has to be said. He's only really debuted in 2008 earlier in the year, and he has been so dominant ever since though. Our cameraman struggles to keep focused on him. Here comes Zak Zodiac, and the Prince caught him off the back of the Pescado and runs him in that hard ring post. But yeah, the Prince of Pain, seemingly if you see him with his singlet off, he's got scars everywhere, injection marks. Goodness knows what that nurse has done, and she wears that blood-stained outfit as a mark of pride, knowing what she has done. She has created the world's first monstrous wrestler. And I think the Prince wants her to attack Zak Zodiac. She's probably eyeing him up, probably wants to carve up his body, use him in an experiment, but she didn't touch him. Maybe she knows better, I don't know. I mean, Zak Zodiac growing up as the son of Rowdy Ricky Knight and Soraya Knight. I mean, wrestling's in his blood, I'd say, literally. And it's all he's done. He's been around wrestling since day one. As the Prince of Pain just throttles him. Again, this monster holding the heavyweight championship. He refused to put it on the line against Zak Zodiac in this contest. For whatever the reason was, said it wasn't going to happen. And the nurse now gets a shot in on Zak Zodiac. Well, she's jumped into the ring. Now the referee trying to fix that turnbuckle pad. And the nurse nailed him with a kick right in the liver. She obviously knows where the internal organs are that are going to injure you the most when you get struck there. She's probably removed a load in her life. Oh, Zodiac managed to break free of that with a couple of strikes. Now it seems if you can get the Prince reeling, you might be on to a winner. But saying it, doing it are two very different things. As the masked man strikes away, because over the years Zak Zodiac would take the mask off, he'd form the Hooligans with his brother Roy. He'd be a very dominant tag team. And the nurse has seen enough and jumps on the back of Zak Zodiac, throttling him, and the referee Clarence McCall doesn't know what to do. I mean, technically it's interference, but she gets squashed in the corner, and the Prince runs in there as well, and her own creation squashes her. Prince falls into the corner on the back of that super kick. Zak Zodiac, talk about his hands full. I mean, wrestling a monster like the Prince of Pain is bad enough. Having to face the nurse as well. And a big boot, that will take anyone down. The Prince sending Zak off the ropes. Look at the ease in which he throws him on his shoulder and slams him in the canvas. He's done. He has to be done. And he locks him in the Prince's cry, and Zak Zodiac submits right away. Of course he's going to submit. Look at these giant arms, extra strength tendons. I believe that the bone has been strengthened, that there's rumour of bits of metal being fed into his bone structure to strengthen it. This is all rumour and conjecture at this time, but we know he's not human. As he went on Zak Zodiac, look who's come to ringside. Now in the match last week, from a few months ago, we saw these two men square off against each other. Invincible cleared the Prince, and look, the Prince leaving again. Surely these two men are destined to collide, and no doubt the heavyweight championship will be on the line.
The Prince of Pain dispatching Zak Zodiac there. What an absolute freak of nature he is. 7 foot tall. If you ever seen anything like it, my goodness, Zak Zodiac definitely has hands full there. Now again, watching us here on Wrestling Showdown Rewind every week is great. If you want to watch more W3L events, you can of course head to W3LBoxOffice.com. There's a whole bunch of full events. There's compilations, even the historic 10-year documentary. They're all waiting there for you to view. Just follow the instructions and you'll be watching in no time at all. And again, between that, here and everything else we've been going on the network, that will just tide you over until we're back around with live events. Again, these are the dates that we rescheduled from earlier this year. All the original tickets are still valid, and we'll keep you informed as to when these events are going to happen. It's obviously all due to governmental restrictions and the like, and hopefully we can bring you them as soon as is possible. When we do come back, Crafty Connoisseur will be sponsoring all of our live events, so once again, thank you to them. Make a purchase from their web store. They'll send it straight out to you. You don't even have to leave the house. So make a purchase, tell them that we said hello. And if you're going to make a purchase, pick up a fan support package. Prices begin at only a £5, and again you get ringside tickets, get DVDs, posters and video messages from a W3L of your choice. Get involved in one of those. And you can also pick up our cool t-shirts. We've also got vests and hoodies as well. We've also got DVDs too. All of those available on our website is W3LWrestling.com. Make your purchase and send them to the mailing list while you are at it. Give us a like on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, join us over on Instagram, subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. Use that hashtag to tell us what you thought about Wrestling Showdown Rewind this week, last week, and just in general. And make your plans to be back here in 7 days' time. We've got more amazing Wrestling Showdown Rewind action. We continue to dig into the extensive archives. As again, we bring you a new episode every single week, as we've done all year, all the way through the pandemic. We've been here, new episodes. So come back and join us in 7 days' time for another edition of Wrestling Showdown Rewind.